I took a bunch of drugs last night. So last night I was feeling really sick, and I decided to just absolutely indulge in a bunch of medication, not drugs. Let me specify that. Let me make sure that's being specified. I do not do any sort of tomfoolery with any illegal substances. Wink, wink. But today, I'm just really happy, and I want to talk about that. Uh, well, I want to really talk about kind of just humans and human nature as a whole, as well as just try to get my bearings because I lost literally everything from the nether, and now I'm feeling like dead because I'm like, wow, I wasted all that time. But you know what? We come back from that. Because why not? Also, I'm like listening to music on the side as well. I usually I'm listening to music on the side as well. I usually don't do that because it's kind of duh. Also, I took the initiative to put down my coordinates for the base, so now I'm not lost. I can travel any sort of length and I can achieve what I need to by, ooh, yes, books. Thank the Lord. And also, I guess I'm kind of off the rails again because I'm drinking energy drinks again, which I shouldn't be doing. But I am doing it anyway because I was like, I was out. I might as well get myself something to drink. But I really need to get out of the habit of drinking energy drinks because I sound like an absolute psychopath when I'm on them. And it also doesn't help with how I express myself. But back to the main subject at hand. Really, I just don't know why. I'm really happy. Today I kind of had this realization of everyone's predicament is different in life. And at base value, that you might sit there and be like, oh, kind of makes sense, it seems like it should be something that everyone knows about, but it isn't. There's so much hate in the world, and we normalize so much of this negativity in the world that we don't really step back and realize how beautiful, like, people can be, or people can make beautiful things. People can invent. People can make videos like this, the one that you're watching right now. I. It seems like a silly realization, but for me, I'm just happy knowing that there's still like not that there wasn't hope for humanity, but like you ever have those like days where you all of a sudden just become happy or you see something that just brightens your day? That's what I like I'm feeling as of right feeling at bleh, in this moment. And I just don't know why. I just felt like sharing it with you guys because I don't know. I'm just happy, and I feel like that's something that should be celebrated more often. Is the the pursuit of happiness. I'm gonna leave you alone, little man. But yeah, I feel like that's not praised enough, and a lot of people go with this negative mindset. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go back upstairs. I'm gonna go back upstairs because I want that bed. Actually, there's a lot of scary things, and without my diamond armor that I lost, like an idiot, I won't be able to combat the horrors of the night. Give me your bed, sire. Thank you. But oh, I'm out here. I really, I feel like we should really start expressing more positivity in the world. And that's never gonna happen. Or I can be hopeful and say it is, but human nature will always step in, and human nature will always take over for it. I'm not saying that human nature is just bound to be evil. Well, a lot of people would to disagree, but I feel like people have the wrong image. I think human nature is the pursuit to find or achieve one's dream through the life that they've lived and just trying to find themselves. I think baseline, that's what human nature is. It's essentially trying to satisfy our wants so much so that we're willing to go through in quote unquote inhumane ways of achieving them. And we say inhumane, but in actuality, that's probably the most humane thing about us is how evil we are. And I say evil with quotations because evil can be interpreted by many means. Ow? Do you mind? Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, okay, whatever. You shooting through the wall or door, whatever, cheater. And a lot of this really does seem far-fetched, and if I do sound crazy, probably am, but I just don't know, because I was on the internet doing internet things, just viewing, kind of scrolling, doing what an average chill cat would do on the internet, and just browsing around. And I saw these videos about bodybuilding and just so much negativity in the bodybuilding industry. Ugh. But a lot of people were complaining about how people did things, or people just immediately didn't like someone else because they didn't do it the way they wanted it done, and immediately they became an enemy of them because they had a different viewpoint. They had a different way of doing things. I feel like that's bullshit. Apologize for my language, but yes, that's bullshit. I feel like you shouldn't even come to the conclusion. There should be more steps. There should be more this. There should be more development before you start hating on somebody. But even still, as many people have said and are going to continue to say, treat others the way you want to be treated. That's literally the borderline. Even if you hate them, it still applies to everything. The way you want to be treated should be, what's the word? Should be demonstrated through your actions. And as silly as that sounds, a lot of people are like, well, they hurt me, they did this, they don't agree with me, blah, 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 so I have to hurt them back. No, that's such a stupid mindset to have. That only brings in more negativity that you don't want. The only difference that's ever going to make is maybe if you do end up winning in the end, you'll just have a bigger ego at the end of the day. Sure, you've won. Sure, you can get all this other stuff. But at the end of the day, you just got a bigger ego, and you just hurt someone else at the end of the day. Now, mind you, they might have ruined your life. They might have done this or that. Sure, there's a lot of other circumstances, but even still, there should, on the outside, you're still considered the person that went through and hurt someone else. No matter how you shape it, you're the culprit of that. And that's what I just find fascinating about humans, is we just naturally make stuff normalize through the decades. And dude, we seem less sophisticated now. It seems like we've been de-evolving the more we've gone down these paths of just like in history. And obviously, history is ugly, but also history can be a beautiful thing too. It seems like we were way more if I could English properly, sophisticated back then than we are now. And again, our intelligence is way better than, the people in the past, but the people in the past really highlighted on the idea about having a sense of like being I just don't know, like the image, like their image was more profound. They cared. Like even if they didn't care, they still showed like this sense of respect to one another, which is something that we don't have anymore. Especially, and I don't even want to get into politics because politics are stupid and I hate them. Like the idea, not like anyone in general. I don't side with anyone. I actually really don't get into anything like that. I just don't like the idea because it just causes more violence at the end of the day. And again, I shouldn't be one to talk about how politics work, but the way that the stuff that I've seen and the things that have been demonstrated through our government, at least the USA's government, rah, is just there's just just entire negative outlook. There isn't really like a good way out, I guess. There's just always this struggle that that's going to occur when it comes to stuff like that, and that this can be applied to anything, not just politics. And I just use politics as an example because it's probably the one example that's most commonly used amongst everybody. Also, let's can I? Whoops! I did not mean to take a screenshot. And then, let's see, 2000. So, and I just feel like it does seem childish what I am saying, but again, the fact that it seems childish just goes to show that again, back to the whole thing, and it sounds like I'm a broken record, but yes, we normalize the bad. And we denormalize the entire aspect of just uplifting. It has to be like, oh no, you gotta do it yourself. You gotta do this or that. Like there's no release. Whoops. Apparently I suck at the game. All right. Yeah. There's no release. There's no easy way to go through life. And a big part of that is because of people. We tear each other apart. And to me, it just doesn't make any sense. It's a very weird way us humans have gone about how we do things. Yeah, and I don't know why. It all wraps together with me just being happy, because it's just like with this whole YouTube thing, me making videos, that was because I just said, F it, I'm just gonna do it anyway. I don't care what anyone says. I'm just gonna freaking upload the video now because I was too scared because, again, people were sitting there, I'm scared of what people will think. It seems like these videos have only done more positive than bad. And not only that, even if someone doesn't like it, oh well, what does that have to do with me at the end of the day? Ain't nothing going to change about me. And I think that's something that we just really need to look at too, is just when you sit there and there is an argumentation between two individuals, or there's a difference with each side. There's no when you look at the person, the public thinks of them as two people, bad and the good. I feel like you should take both sides. Of course, if what they have done is unforgivable, and that's 100% proven, and the public's like, yeah, they did it. I can see everyone. I can kind of be like, okay, that makes sense. Why people hate on him? It's because of this. But even at the end of the day, what the general public, what the majority thinks, has been molded into the thing that's right. The majority is correct. That's what we've been raised, and especially in America, where it's just we're around this whole voting system where it's like the majority has the say. But even if the majority is wrong, and even if the majority does this or that, it sucks because you can't, it's like your voice isn't heard. And that's why I feel when you go through life and you just see you see people, and people that you might not like, again, it goes back to you might despise this person, you might hate this person for who they are, what they've done in their life, but at the end of the day, they're still human and they still have their own life. And I've just never understood just battering someone else over the head about just living their own life. If what they do doesn't affect you, why waste your time hating on them and just mind your own business and focus on other people that either one, inspire you, or two, help you to grow. There's literally, hating on somebody literally does nothing else but just throw yourself in a negative mindset and really just throw everyone in a negative mindset. And I understand you having your voice heard is a very important thing. It is a very important thing. But if it's just going to lead to just more struggle and more just negativity in general, is it really worth struggling to just make your, like, is it, I feel like people should need to take a, I feel like people need to just take a step back and think, okay, me talking this way to them, is it really going to help me progress through my day? Is it going to affect how I live? If the answer is no, why bother? That's my biggest question to anyone who's actually watching this video, is just why would you even bother? If at the end of the day it doesn't affect you, at the end of the day it doesn't hurt you, like, again, I just don't want to sound like a broken record, but it feels like it needs to be said though, because no one says it. No one says this. It's just so stupid. Like a lot, you know, it's been said over and over again, but a lot of people have normalized the idea of, like, it's just overshadowed by all this negativity. Ugh, and again, I sound like a damn preschool teacher because I'm sitting there like, oh, well, this and that, you know, you gotta look up in life, you do this and that, but, you know, I feel like with my voice, you know, I'm gonna go back full circle with it. It's just my voice being heard. These videos allow me to project my opinion on the said thing. And again, what I want this video to do is to spread the idea of, like, hey, maybe I should have a more positive outlook on this said thing, or maybe I shouldn't just let it consume my day. Oh shit, something bad happened to me today. What am I gonna do about it? Guess what? Just ignore it and live on. You have an entire life to think about, not some stupid event that happened like a half an hour ago. So what, you got embarrassed? So what, you did this? So what, you did that? Guess what? We're human. We either make mistakes or you know, we focus too much on what doesn't need to be focused on. Oh boy. And again, here I am yapping, not even focusing on what I should be doing today, which actually I really don't know. I mean, I'm just trying to recover from the losses of yesterday, considering that I died with all my stuff. I'm not gonna see that, so let's do this actually. I do apologize if you hear some background noise. I actually have music. Again, I have music playing, so I can't really tell if the said audio in the background is being picked up, because I am just kind of vibing as well. But yes. Okay. You know what? It's been a long enough video, so I'm gonna try. I say that with a capital T, try. I'm gonna try to obtain some Eyes of Ender, so next video we can go hunting for the end portal, so we can start making our second base. I want to do the whole thing where it's just make a bunch of different base designs, build. I feel like that's gonna be the biggest thing with this this whole year-long Let's Play crap, just building a whole bunch. But anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed me yapping about just people in general, and what I feel about how we should treat one another regardless of what they are, what they do. So again, if you've enjoyed me yapping, please check out the other videos. And again, I do apologize if this does seem like a kind of touchy subject, but again, I just want to get my voice out there, see what other people think as well. And and again, thank you for getting this far. Even if you did watch this far, you didn't need to, but you did. So again, thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful day / night. I'm gonna go read a book, cause yeah, I don't know why I need to tell you that. I just thought, you know, why are you still on this video?